I'm Dr. Dan from Vitamin Pro, and one of the products that we sell here is AdrenalGenix. So we need to talk a little bit about why that is, why would we recommend that. Let's start with the word fatigue. So now you may have some fatigue yourself or know somebody who's having some trouble with that. And fatigue is one sign that your adrenal glands are not working quite right. So your adrenal glands, and this will keep this session short, but your adrenal glands, of course, are these little grape-sized glands that sit on top of your kidneys, or the renal glands, back to Latin a little bit. So these sit on top of those glands, and they basically are monitoring your bloodstream continuously to help out with maintaining some kind of balance in your system. So as different stressors come into your life, whether bear's chasing you, or maybe it's you're on vacation, you're going to have completely different requirements for different levels of hormones to keep you going. So obviously if a bear's chasing you, you're going to need a certain group of hormones to help your body respond to that and to run a little bit faster, a little bit harder, a little bit longer. And of course, you're on vacation, you don't want those things happening. You want a whole different system. So your adrenal glands are always in the mix. Now, with chronic stresses, and I'm not sure which generation, we hear about modern life and modern stress, and I think every human being on the planet's had to deal with a certain amount of stress, and maybe some more than others, of course. But sometimes your adrenal glands they just get tired, because maybe you've got chemical stresses, you've got psychological stress, maybe you've got maybe not the best family, maybe it's kind of dysfunctional, or maybe you made some bad choices with people you hang out with, or maybe you're in a job that that you just had to take for because you just had to, and you've got a horrible boss. So in those kind of cases, you're going to deal with it, but your adrenal glands are going to get beat up, because they're going to help you survive these things. But over time, of course, they're going to just get tired. So, adrenal glands are not huge things. It's not like a big thing like your liver. These are tiny little glands, like I say, weigh less than a grape. So, in this modern life, so let's say that you're one of these people that your adrenal glands are getting stressed out, you're starting to have some chronic fatigue. So what do? Obviously, no pill is going to help solve all these problems in your life, so you've got to make as many lifestyle changes as are possible, and sometimes you can make a lot of changes and sometimes you just can't. So the other thing you can do, obviously, is have the best diet. You know how to eat. And a whole other topic, so I just mentioned that these are factors that you're going to have to deal with, and the best way you know how. And the other thing you can do, of course, is a little bit of adrenal supplementation to kind of give your adrenal glands some of the basic products that they need to function at their best. And that's why we sell AdrenalGenix, and that's why we take it ourselves. We're living on planet Earth too, and we've got things we've got to deal with. So the adrenal glands can get a little bit of support from this AdrenalGenix, because what they're going to do is they're going to help balance your blood sugar. They're going to help balance your cortisol. And your cortisol is something that your body puts out to respond to stress, but if you have chronically high cortisol, there are some real negative effects that you can notice, like a depressed immune system. It's going to affect your short-term memory. And because that affects your hippocampus, that part of your brain that processes that. So, this can go on and on, but the point is that if you have chronic stressors in your life, and you just haven't been successful at getting your life shifted over so that you can kind of zoom through without any adrenal stress, then adrenal supplement like this could be a real big help. So we recommend people start off with one a day, maybe in the morning, and then add another one, and then just keep adding morning and afternoon, because obviously most people shouldn't take these at nighttime because they may interfere with your sleep. So if you do maybe 2 in the morning and 2 at lunch. That may be all you need, and sometimes if for extra stressful days you might need even a little bit more than that. But you know, if you have to take more than 3 at a time, like 3 in the morning, 3 at lunch, then I start wondering what else you might need, because you know, these are supposed to be a help. You know, these aren't supposed to just drive that energy that much. So anyway, most people we know that we deal with here anyway in our consulting clinic need a little bit of this adrenal help, and so this is one of our standbys. And we've created this as a response to Apex adaptocrine. So if you're taking adaptocrine, this would be a good alternative. It's cheaper, and we think that it works just as well. I've taken both, and for the last about 3 years, I've been taking the AdrenalGenix instead of adaptocrine. So those are the basics for AdrenalGenix, and hopefully that was helpful. And of course, you can always give us a call, look at our website, and get more information about that. But ultimately, you just got to give things a try and see what it does for you. So anyway, thanks a lot for listening, and we'll talk to you next time.